Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura and I have another book haul for you guys. I went to my library and today they had fill a bag for $5. So of course I could not pass up this opportunity. They had books all over the place, books in the back of the library. I picked up a bag full of books. So yeah, this is the big bag. I got a series, and I think I got mostly an author that I've read before, and he was one of my favorites, so I picked up some of his books, and I think I probably read some of them already, but I wanted a collection and read them. So for $5 I got a lot of books, so I'm going to share with you what I picked up. So I'm going to start with the series that I picked up. I had book one at home and I found almost the whole series. So I love to read something that's fast-paced, and I really like this author, so I wanted to read more of his books, and I got almost the whole series. So I was looking for book two because I already own book one and book three and book four, and I got the rest of almost the rest of the series. So okay, so book two is called Kiss the Girls. So I was looking for this one because I did not have this one, and this is James Patterson. So I got book number two, and it kind of is brand new. So yeah, so I got book two. Then I got book number five because I already own book three and four. So here is book number five. It's Pop Goes the Weasel. I got book number six, I think, or seven. This is Roses Are Red. I got Big Bad Wolf. I got London Bridges. Mary Mary. And Cross. So I think this is book number 12. So now I have almost the whole series, and I think I'm only missing a few. I don't know which ones, but I could start this series and binge read it, so I am really happy about that. Yeah, so I got that. And then I found a single book by James Patterson that I didn't own because I have a lot of James Patterson on my shelf. I think I have a whole shelf full of James Patterson because I really like to read his books because they were fast-paced and I don't have to think when I read his books. So anyway, I got Sail, which is a single book, and this is written by James Patterson and Howard Rogan. So yeah, so I got this one. Okay, so moving on. Now, I've been trying to find a Danielle Steele book that I like. I read her in the 80s. The only book I really remember reading is Kaleidoscope, and I don't have the book, and I'd like to reread it one day. I remember it was about girl sisters. So that's all I remember about the book. But I wanted to try another one of her books out. So I found one book today that looks almost brand new. The spine is a little damaged, but I got Daddy by Danielle Steele, and the spine is a little bit dented, but yeah, so I found this one to add to my collection. So yeah, so that's that one. Then I am collecting all of Stephen King's books. Yes, I like to read horror. I like to read Stephen King every once in a while. So I have a major collection of Stephen King on my shelf, and I found this one. I never even heard of this book. It's called Black House by Stephen King and Peter Straub. So yeah, I never heard of this one, and it was a not that damaged, and I figured might as well throw it in the bag. Okay, so the last thing that I want to share is an author that I've read in the past. Oh my God, when in the 1980s I was traveling to New York City, and I was working in a law firm, and I was reading his books, and I read his books on, and I just picked up the next one and the next one and the next one. I don't know how far I got, but I read a lot of his books. I do remember reading The Firm. I do remember reading Chambers. I do remember, there was so many of them, so I don't remember. Anyway, I found a whole bunch of John Grisham books. So I have quite a few here. Let's see how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 10 books by John Grisham sitting here. And I want to reread them or want to read them. So yes, I know I have a nice collection of his books. So some of them I've heard of before, some of them I have not, and I know some of them I've read before. So okay, so I got Playing for Pizza. Never heard of this one before. So I got this one. I got The Summons. I haven't read that one. And I know I read The Firm, so I got The Firm. Yes, I will probably be rereading this one. I remember loving this book, especially before the movie came out. I remember loving it. So yes, and now I have my own copy. The Appeal, I don't think I read this one. Yep. And The Testament, I don't know if I read this one or not. I got The Rainmaker. I think I read The Rainmaker, but I'm not quite sure. I don't remember. I wish I could go back in time and like write these books down that I read them, because I don't remember which ones. I wish I would have kept a diary or whatever, but I did not. The next book that I found was The Last Juror. I don't think I read this one. I found The Innocent Man, and I don't think I read that one. I found the small book called The Bleachers. I never heard of this one. And the last book that I found by John Grisham is The Broker, and I don't think I read this one. So now I have a lot of books to read by John Grisham. I used to love his books in the 80s, so I'm hoping to read them again and I wish I had more time in the day to read, but now I have a nice collection of John Grisham. Yeah, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in another video. Bye. Thanks for watching.